we are going to continue with the weekly All Signs love readings. So it's readings by zodiac sign, it's not individual questions. Yeah, let's get some sage on the go. Oh, I can smell it today. I couldn't smell it. I know I didn't do any last night, but I had a load of work to do last night. Yeah, getting a good whiff of that. Helps you to relax and you concentrate so you can channel the messages. Don't know if you've noticed, but if I get distracted by the chat, the cards just don't come out at all. Okay, so I've got the card for Sagittarius, the Archer. Goodness me, tomorrow is the end of another week. I just want the weekend to, like, not fly by, do you know what I mean? I don't feel rested when I get back to Monday. It's just a race now to the end of the year, I think. It is for teachers anyway, goodness me. It's just the work's never done. Work ridiculous hours. Hi, Jessica. Thank you for the likes, thank you. Hi, Jensen. So we're starting off with Sagittarius. One more shuffle. Whoops. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels. Please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius' highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in the second week of June 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in, please? 3 cards for Sagittarius. Wow, okay, some better energy, because we've been having some really rough readings for you, Sagittarius, for the last few months, I would say. Ace of Wands is a beautiful energy. It's like a revival, okay? It's fire energy. Wands are phallic. When it's an ace, it's not just enthusiasm and excitement. This is being encouraged and helped along by the universe, okay? Whenever you see the clouds and a hand coming out, that is divine, okay? It's divine luck. You can see how the wand has a lot of new growth. It's flourishing, okay? So I think mountains represent challenges, so I think there's good times ahead, you know? Possibly the rebirth of an existing connection, or it could be the start of a brand new one, but it's like full steam ahead. So I'm really intrigued by that. Guys, look at this, the rising sun, okay? You've got beautiful, beautiful energy tonight. So the rising sun is the start of a happy period. You know, in the morning at sunrise, you know that there's going to be a full day ahead of beautiful sunshine. It's going to last until evening when the sun sets. So when you get the midday sun, it's like we're bang in the middle of a happy period. When you get the setting sun, we're coming to the end of a happy period. This is just the beginning. Okay, what a beautiful energy. Look at all those rays. Couldn't be any better. I'm very excited to see what comes out next. Just positive energy again. Look at this. So when the 10 of Swords is upright, that is the maximum pain anyone can feel. And 10 is the end of a cycle. Hi, Tanya. Now, that's reversed, okay? So this is recovery. We've completed the cycle, but we're also, with how you're feeling, you can feel overwhelmed or like you can't, you know, you're getting in your own way or like you're a total victim of what's happened. When the swords are reversed, it's like letting go. It's like letting go of whatever pain, anxiety, fear. We're releasing it, okay? You're getting free of it. Varian Redbeard's here. Hello, welcome in. Do you know what, Sagittarius? You have got an amazing spread there. So let's see who's showing up for you. With this Ace of Wands, you've either met someone new or you're starting over with someone, okay? Happy times ahead, thank goodness. Okay. We've got a Knight of Wands. Now, that came out, I'd say, in the challenge position, actually. The Knight of Wands is someone who is energetic, exciting, spontaneous. They do what feels right to them in the moment, okay? Very, very fast energy, very sexual energy. Could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be. It could just be someone who's very enthusiastic. Let's get 2 more for them. Guys, what is going on? The 2 of Cups, okay? You're in love, they're in love. The feeling is mutual. This has not been coming out for you for like, what, 6 months? I've made up. I mean, the 2 of Cups to me is new energy. It's a new person, but, you know, maybe it's not. Maybe if it's a rebirth of an existing connection, it feels new. Things are going to be different this time. Oh, let's see. Let's see what comes out next. Let's see. Right, let's read from the back. We've got the Page of Cups reversed, the Chariot reversed, The Nine of Cups upright and the Five of Swords reversed. Okay, well, if I turn these the other way, that would be an apology. That would be traveling, trying to get victory. That would be, I don't want to be single, I'm not happy on my own. Hi, Rosie. Oh, thank you. You're watching from California. That's so cool. The Five of Swords would be arguments, okay? So when we turn it around, because this is how it came out, this is like avoiding showing emotions or refusing to apologize, failure or loss or defeat at the last minute with that Chariot overturned. The Nine of Cups being single and the Five of Swords or content within oneself, but it is a single energy, to be honest. It's like pleasing oneself and then avoiding arguments. So that's really weird. That's a bit odd. Why is this person concentrating on their own happiness within themselves and not avoiding arguments? They could be a Cancer, because that's the major arcana for Cancer with the Chariot. However, I don't reckon they are. Why are they not showing emotions? We need to do a bit of a dig here, don't we? Let's get 3 cards for the outcome. It was all starting off so well. I mean, the feeling's definitely mutual. Okay, hang on. I've just reviewed, and that card is like, I'm going to keep it sexual. Even though they're in love, they don't want to express that emotion, because that doesn't have to be an apology. It could just be an expression of emotion. But the Knight of Wands is like, it's making them really contented, really, really happy. But they might be hiding their emotions because they don't want to put themselves out there. You know, you can feel in love and know that you're in love and not tell someone, right? That's protecting your ego. There could be a confession. The Ace of Swords is it's sudden revelation, sudden clarity, major revelation, major clarity, a truth, a confession. Okay, that sword cuts through. It cuts through the crap basically, and everything becomes very clear, very obvious, very apparent. Ooh. We're doing readings by signs. We're not answering individual questions, okay? The Emperor. What is going on here? What is going on here? So the Emperor is the major arcana for Aries. It's someone who's like boss energy. They're taking control. Very intelligent. They're all 4 kings. Very, very intelligent, very competent, very confident, goal-driven. They think things through extremely carefully. So I don't know if this is you or them, okay? Because you don't have a court card and they don't have a court card. This is showing up as the outcome, which could be you or them. But for them, they definitely were showing up as a knight. That was the challenge, is am I going to be frivolous? That it was like, no, I'm in love. And then it's like, but I'm not going to show my feelings, but I'm really, really happy. And then we've got an emperor. This person's got money. They've got bank. Okay, they're confident. They're a good provider. They're very intelligent. They're a strategist, fantastic communicator, and compassionate as well. Is someone who has, they've got their shit together, basically. Brilliant provider. You know, middle age or past middle age, very, very high ranking in work, or they have their own business. They may have children, they may be married. Let's get one more for the outcome. What is going on here? We've got a Queen of Swords. Now, the Emperor is Aries energy, which is fire. The Queen of Swords is air energy, which is thoughts, thinking, communicating. She's not messing about, guys. Like, she'll chop your head off if you come at her wrong. Both upright. You know what's really nice is if we've got masculine energy and feminine energy, so that's a really good balance. It doesn't mean that, you know, it's a man or a woman. It doesn't mean that one person's always going to be in their feminine and one's always going to be in their masculine. We all have amounts of both. And at this point, it's like yin and yang, you know, like one of each. So that's really, really good. A Queen of Swords could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. You could have Aries placements, or you could have air placements, because I'm not sure who's who here. See, this is very fiery energy on your side, but then you've got the swords reversed. So we do have swords on your side. There's going to be a confession. Oh my God. It's like when you turn a player into an emperor and they just boss up, they level up, they get grounded. They become the best version of themselves. They rise to the challenge because of this union. So maybe it's them. Because I didn't get why they would have the Two of Cups and then be the Queen of Swords, but this is a little bit odd, these cards here. They don't want to argue. I don't know, it's just nice. It's nice because if you look at the outcome, we've got some feminine energy, some masculine energy, so that's really complementary. I mean, the Queen of Swords can be someone that's ending something, but it doesn't make sense that we get that when you've got the Rising Sun, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Cups. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you're the Queen of Swords and they're the Emperor. And I think you're like, you better do right by me. And they level up and they rise to the challenge. It's very healthy to do that and create boundaries and expectations. People, if you don't create expectations, people don't live up to anything. They actively like just do the minimum, okay? If you create the expectations, people enjoy rising, you know, to the occasion. They enjoy it. Okay. Why have they got the Chariot reversed? Brief affair, two-faced. So this could have been their nature before they met you. Gold digger, two-faced, devilish, public image. See, that's a very Emperor thing to worry about, is what people think. Very ego-driven. That's very fire energy, like Aries energy. They could be, yeah, very, very concerned with what people think of them. They could have been a player. If you're confident and you're good looking, or you've got the gift of the gab, if you're silver tongued, you know, if you know that you're well liked and successful, you kind of know how to get what you want from people. Okay, so there could have been a little bit of that, but when a Queen of Swords forces you to rise to the challenge, sometimes it brings out the best version of you. Moonlit unity. Use understanding to have greater emotional balance. Yeah, see, this person's gone through an ascension, or they're going to go through one if they've been acting a bit playery, a bit cagey. You know, they haven't expressed their full emotions. They're probably going to, with that big confession that's coming out. I'm not answering personal questions. It's readings by zodiac sign. We're currently on Sagittarius. Falling apart. Oh, that's creepy. How creepy is that picture? Falling into pieces. They've had like an ego death, you know. You must have said something, or you're going to say something like it's my way or the highway. Should we get a confession from you? I feel like you do know who this is. This is a new oracle deck. It's the unspoken truth. What's this? The more I try to... Oh my God, is this not what we were saying? Is this not exactly what we were saying? The more I try to hide my feelings, the more obvious they become. They've tried to keep it player and they couldn't do it with you. You make this person really, really happy. Shit. I like that oracle deck. It's this one. Unspoken Truths. It's new. New for me, anyway. Oh my God. Lightning bolt is the same as confession, major revelation. When you get sudden clarity, like huge clarity on something. Sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval and transformation. Be optimistic. Keep in mind that you create your reality. You can't attract love with a negative mindset. Hi, Claire. Okay, Sagittarius, let's get you some advice. Then I'll get you an angel number and then I'll get you some crystals. If this is resonating for Sagittarius, what's your advice, please? Wait, did I not see that one? There's more. Shut up. Burning evidence. Someone used to be a player. Investigating. They might have some people from their past, you know, that are like very possessive over them and jealous and like non-trusting, because the way this person's been like, you know, like they've just got like skeletons in their closet because they're used to just not really showing feelings. This is so like trippy. This is so exciting. Okay. I didn't see them. You must have been going like, what on earth is she doing? Oh my god, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Clarity of mind, be optimistic. Surprise, sudden change, shocking news, upheaval, transformation, an epiphany. They're gonna make an announcement that they're in love with you. It's okay to feel feelings, even if you're an emperor. You don't have to be a snowflake. Be careful about what, not be careful, be clear about what you want. Okay, so we don't have to deny what we want, and we don't have to, I think you are being clear about what you want. You've got strong boundaries. You're not taking any messing. You're not having any like messing about. This person's got to be like exclusive. They've got to be loyal. They've got to treat you with respect. They're going to rise to the occasion 100% because they're in love. Doing our best. We are all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. Yeah, like, say this person's like at a point where they're making, you know, new realizations, new levels of understanding. It's like when you unlock a new level of spirituality, you know, we're all doing that at different paces, and that's okay. You know, we accept that children learn at different rates. We accept that for different sports or different subjects, we learn at different rates, but we expect everyone to be of even equity, don't we, when it comes to spirituality? But it's just the same as anything else. We're all on a journey of learning and we're doing it at different rates. And that's okay. Self-reflection. Reflect on your actions and thoughts to gain insights for personal growth. Well, that's what we're talking about, yeah. Contemplation, self-examination, insights. There's nothing better. There's no better homework that you could do. There's no better way to spend a few minutes just sitting and reflecting and contemplating what's happened so far, what was my part, what was their part, how can I be better, what do I want for myself, what boundaries can I put up. These are all the things that we can, you know, spend a few minutes thinking about and, you know, just be deep. There's times for being deep, times for being shallow. Get your waders on. Right, let's get an angel number. Spirit, can you give me an angel number for Sagittarius? 1011. Take action. Hope. New beginning. Fresh start. Lifestyle. Purpose. Spiritual awakening. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Okay, let's get you some crystals. Amazonite. That's for your heart chakra, okay? There it is. How pretty is that? What it is, Amazonite is a brilliant blue-green mineral named after South America's famed river. The best Amazonite comes from Colorado. Who needs it? Teeth grinders, anyone struggling with Mercury retrograde. Where to put it? Place Amazonite below the throat, relax your jaw, and ask for the courage to speak your truth. Do you know what? That's just scary. That's actually creepy. I think it's advice for both of you because they need to be honest about how they're feeling, don't they? They need to be honest about how they're feeling. Speak your truth. When to use it. When your inner child wants a real talk with you, ask yourself what little you really want from life. Does that make sense? Does it sound like what current you would want if you could just let yourself want? What? Does that make sense? Perfect. Now say it out loud for the whole universe to hear and go make it happen. Speak from your heart. I think we know what message they're giving. Be honest with yourself. You know, what would make you ecstatic if you didn't have to worry about what people think or how it's going to happen? What is it that would make you ecstatic right now? Whoops. Okay, so you might want to get some Amazonite, wear that around your throat, okay, and help you with your throat chakra so you can speak from the heart, okay? Okay, thank you, Sagittarius. I'm not going to get a timing because I think if that's not already happened, it's imminent, okay? So there's no point looking for a timing on that. The fact it's showing up in the outcome, it's got to be soon. Okay, so we'll go on to Capricorn. I can't believe how well that all went together. I can't believe that all went together like that. It's just freaky. They're all different decks and oracles and tarot decks. It's crazy. Yeah, someone's doing a bit of snooping, you know. I think this person is maybe embarrassed about how they used to be. Do you know when someone like meets someone they think is really worthwhile and they're like, oh, I'm not like that now. And then you've only ever known them to be like the way they are now. And then you speak to others and like, they didn't used to be like that. They used to be an absolute one. They used to be awful. And so that makes you feel even more special because you're like, oh, they've changed for me. It's because they recognise your worth. Hopefully, you know, I don't think it's going to happen with this person, but you can always get love bombers that make you think they're brilliant and then they just start rapidly disappointing you. But I didn't get that with this person at all, actually. So that's really good. I'm happy for you because you've had some real, like a real period of just like shitty readings. Like it's always like divorce, you know, like someone's cheating, someone wants divorce, someone wants out. It was like awful for ages. I'm doing readings by sign. I'm not answering personal questions. Okay, so we're on the sign of Capricorn. Can't grab these blooming cards. They're just a little tiny bit too big for me. But I do love them. I need to change my setup and I don't know what... it's okay. I need to change my setup and I don't know what theme to do next. Did you see my pottery that I made? Maybe I could show off my pots. Ooh, crystals in the pottery. You know what? You're not just a pretty face, are you? We'll do crystals and pottery. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels. Please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in this second week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Capricorn, please. I've not put my beads on. Do you know what? I love these so much. They're off my friend Gemma. I need to be careful I don't flip that the wrong way. Okay, so the High Priestess, that's a nice card. The High Priestess is being in tune with your intuition. Hi, Monique. I used to see with the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, I used to get this card and the Hierophant mixed up because they look too similar. But this deck is really clear to me, okay? Because with the High Priestess, it's about your faith in the divine, your faith that the divine has a plan. Everything happens for a reason. It's very much your spirituality, your faith, your intuition, you know, trusting that the universe has its plan. The Hierophant is a teacher because of experience in the 3D, things that they've lived through as a human. This is just having faith. It's the total opposite. We're not going off what's happened. and what we've experienced, we're just having faith. Yeah. When you're distressed, you lose faith, don't you? You become hopeless. When you have a sort of optimism about you and things are going all right, they don't have to be perfect, but you have faith, because some challenges come up, but some good things happen as well. So that tends to be when your faith is at its highest. And then you sort of get this rapid peak when something goes really well that you just weren't expecting, or something like that, something great turns up. But yeah, that's upright, okay? So that's really nice. I think you're feeling good. I'm happy for you, Capricorn, because I think you've had some interesting readings lately. You could have been studying as well. You could have been studying faith and spirituality, or you could have had, you know, I don't know, maybe you've had a reading, or maybe you've been reading about your clair abilities, you know, within yourself, or maybe you've watched the most tarot you've ever watched and you're really getting into it, or other forms of spirituality. You could be really in touch with your religion. It doesn't have to be that, you know, things are just going really well or something really good's happened recently. You know, I know I can't be the only person that reads about spirituality. I know I can't be, so could be that. I mean, with the Hindu faith, isn't there like 500 gods? You're supposed to spend your lifetime, you know, working through them, aren't you? So, right, the Seven of Wands reversed. Now, when the Seven of Wands is upright, that's someone who's competitive. They feel like they've got the high ground, they've got the advantage. They, you know, they've got what it takes to win a promotion, to win the attention of, you know, someone handsome or beautiful that's arrived in a workplace. This is someone who's ambitious, determined to fight off the competition, okay? When it's reversed, there could be a sense of weakness, okay, or a lack of optimism. So we could have a dip in faith, or maybe it's the opposite and we've gone over the top in terms of being competitive. But it would suggest a lack of faith, could be temporary. Yeah, so the Nine of Pentacles reversed is... See, if that was upright, that's a single person that's abundant. They've got enough money for themselves. But it's very much a single energy. Okay, it's like, I don't need anyone else. I've got plenty. I can pay my own way. I'm independent. When it's reversed, it's like, oh, I need more, you know? When the coins cards are reversed, it's like the coins are falling out of the wallet or the purse, or the bank. And when nines are reversed, it's like, well, I don't want to be single. I want to put my money together with someone else. You know, I want the Ten of Pentacles. I want two salaries together. I want partnership. I want lasting generational wealth. So it could be that you're doubting whether you can be single and independent, or doubting whether you're going to meet someone, you know, and you're single and independent, but you don't want to be. So let's see what comes out for your person. Security is very important to Earth signs, Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns. They love partnership and they love security, and they like to have savings and they like to have earnings. They like to work because they know that currency is, you know, the answer to social motility, the answer to independence. It's your voice within a relationship. If you're not earning, it's very difficult to have a voice against the person that is, you know. So they like to be empowered and earning and having projects and being busy. We've got the Three of Cups reversed, the first quarter moon upright, the Nine of Wands reversed, and the Justice reversed. So these are the cards for the one that's on your mind, the one that you're dealing with or manifesting in. Now, you're not showing up as a court card. You're showing up as someone that doesn't want to be single, right? This person got the Three of Cups reversed. The Three of Cups upright is community. 3 is a number of community. It can be a third party. So when two people are in love, it's the Two of Cups. When you add another person and another cup, that's too many. It doesn't have to be that. It can be celebrations with friends, family, colleagues, acquaintances, clubs, anyone that you associate with. But that's reversed. So I wonder if a third party's being exposed. And we have got the Justice reversed, haven't we? Something's unfair. The Nine of Wands reversed is dropping the burdens. We're not continuing anymore with this, what's been happening. So maybe this person is someone that's coming into your life that was treated, you know, badly, like a bit on the side rather than the centre of someone's universe. The first quarter moon is the start of a new chapter. Yeah, I feel like that's what it could be, you know. Maybe they've thought, like, fuck this for a laugh, like, not doing it. And then the third eye is opened up and they're kind of welcoming in, like, a new chapter. They're dropping the burdens because they know this hasn't been fair. Oof, this is some absolute tea. So it's interesting because you don't want to be single and they don't want to be, you know, single or anyone's bit on the side or anyone's dirty secret. They want, like, full exclusivity. They want to be in a public union, you know, with loyalty. The Seven of Cups, and it's in the challenge position. See, they're at a crossroads, okay? If it was reversed, it'd be delusion. This is daydreaming and fantasy. It's like, where am I going next? Because I'm not in a relationship anymore. I'm not in a situationship anymore. I'm a free agent. Okay, so they're coming to this conclusion that they're gonna, you know, have a different kind of journey now. King of Swords. This is someone that tells the truth. Okay, it's in the challenge position, but the King of Swords is someone who is upright. They're full of integrity. It's very much Aquarian energy, but air energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Kings are responsible. They are air signs, very conscious about the community, especially Aquarians. Their love language is acts of service. They like to do things for you. You know, an earth sign will buy you stuff. They'll shower you with gifts, like over generous at times. A King of Swords will exhaust himself, you know, trying to do things to help you, or people that matter to you. They like to serve. Yeah, but swords are truth, they're facts, they're information, they're communication, they're thoughts. But why is it in the challenge position? When you turn to air energy, you're moving away from cups. You're going head over heart, okay? So when you leave a third-party situationship, that's essential. Because if you just went with what you feel like, you know, your heart would be like, no, just stay. You know, you think about all the good stuff, and you feel sad at the thought of losing them. If you think with your heart, or feel with your heart, you're going to stay in it forever. But if you rationalize it and you say, look, that person isn't prioritizing me, they're getting stuff out of it because they get both. They get the loyalty and the stability of the situation they're in, and then they get the excitement of me as well. And I'm just feeling lonely. So they're going to have to go head over heart, okay? Mind over matter. Logic and reasoning is essential when you're, you know, feeling like you're not winning in a situation, but you're feeling like weak of the heart. It's poetry, not pottery. Let's get 3 for the outcome. Ooh, we've got a King of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. We're awash with emotion. Look at all that water. Look at the dolphins. The King of Cups is upright. He is very compassionate. This could be you. They could be the King of Swords. You could be the King of Cups. So we've got 2, lots of masculine energy. One that's going logical, one that's going with their heart. Let's see what else comes out. The King of Cups is extremely compassionate, very forgiving, very generous, you know, patient, understanding, calm, very, very zen to be around. They accept, you know, that people make mistakes. They accept apologies. They're happy to apologize to people if they know they've done wrong. We've got an Empress. What is going on here? And the 8 of Pentacles. What is going on here? So the Empress is all 4 queens. Well, they could, yeah, they could be in the air energy in order to cut off that connection, the third party. King of Cups is like, maybe like a healing energy, or they're empowering themselves by becoming the Empress. I mean, you're Earth, because you're Capricorn. You've got the High Priestess. You've got the 7 of Wands reversed, the 9 of Pentacles reversed. They were together. For some reason, I feel like they're the Empress with the 8 of Pentacles reversed, because this person is not investing time, money, or energy into anyone, because that, when it's upright, is growth and expansion. And you don't continue to invest in something that you're cutting off. And the Empress attracts, she does not chase. See, this person has realised their true worth, and that someone will come towards them and see them for what they're worth and treat them as they deserve to be treated, okay? And it's very empowering to do that. It's very empowering. I've had that situation myself this week, so. The King of Cups upright. I mean, if that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, the High Priestess is a Pisces card. So you could just be feeling like, do you know what? It's all going to work out. I'm in my intuition. I'm calm. I'm patient. And this person has become, you know, they were at a crossroads. They weren't getting treated the way they deserve. They've cut it off. They're no longer investing and they're waiting to attract better. I'm going to get a timing because I don't see how this would, you know, you're like two separate people at the moment. I don't think that you're involved yet. So when is this going to come in, please? For Capricorn. That was straight out. February. Okay. So beginning of next year. You're going to meet an Empress. Okay. An Empress is the highest status in the tarot deck. Same as the Emperor. She's all four queens. It's someone intelligent. It's someone with their own money. This is a person very abundant, okay? They're a creator. She's pregnant, literally, she's pregnant with possibility, pregnant with ideas. She attracts wealth. She attracts love. And it's not that people are giving it to her, but she's full of ideas. She does not give up. She's a nurturer. So people are good and kind to her. They help her if she needs it. But she is so generous. And when you understand that money, more money will come, you're able to spend money. Okay? See, this is the kind of person that would not be in work, but have savings and then would continue to spend money knowing that more money will come. They will get another job. Okay? So that is like an abundance mindset. Money is energy, you know. Energy is not created nor is it destroyed. It changes form. So you spend it, and if you imagine a circuit, you know, you use up energy and more energy replaces it. So it's like that with money. But when you start to panic about money, or you're tight with money, or you start being stingy with it, then the money flow slows down. Okay, and that's just how it works, really. See, this person has realised that, you know, if they're just calm, if they're recognising their own worth, they are abundant. The universe is abundant, and what I ask for will be given to me. I am worthy of love. It's coming in February. Okay, so I don't think I need to clarify any of that. I'm going to get you an angel number. And I'm going to get you crystals. Okay, so we've got 0606, commitment. Loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual realm, growth, and solutions. Applying honesty and light daily is a fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life. It's how you find solutions and comfort. Release worries by speaking your truth and expressing emotions regularly. Open up for the best is yet to come. That's beautiful. It is like a very, very healing energy, that, isn't it? Water heals. That's really nice. We've got another one. 1212, persistence, shift, enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, new experiences. Oh, happy day. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. That is freaky, because I was going on about abundance mindset, wasn't I? Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also on the cards. Shut your actual mouth. As they say in Essex. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also on the cards. Well, yeah, in February, we know that. You're going to attract an Empress. Wow. We're just, you know what, like, we're getting, like, really nice readings, aren't we? Sagittarius reading couldn't have been better. Capricorn reading couldn't have been better. Fluorite. This is for the crown chakra. That's freaky because we got the High Priestess card there. The crown chakra. Okay, so fluorite. Let's get that. You know what makes me laugh is sometimes when the kids forget who they're talking to in school and they're like, year 7, they're like, yeah, because you were going on about it. And I'm like, can you imagine if you said that to a teacher like 20 years ago because you were going on about it? Oh, God. Brilliant. Because you were going on about it. Fluorite. I don't know why I didn't expect fluorite to look like that. I didn't think it'd be green. Fluorite can range from pale green to deep purple. Often it's both at the same time. It occurs all over the place and it's good to vibe with when you are all over the place. Who needs it? The perpetually distracted, anyone with a vision worth sticking to. Where to put it? Wherever you find yourself constantly tempted to check your phone, anywhere you have Wi-Fi access. When to use it, when you want to take an uninterrupted 20 minutes to meditate, an hour to finish a book, or a lifetime to concentrate on your unique calling here on Earth. Very, very nice. Okay, so when you want some me time, but you feel like you can't switch off, you go. Reach for the fluorite, okay? Because it's very important to stay connected and have your downtime. Otherwise, you get more and more distracted, more and more unfocused. You got very strong powers of manifestation at the moment. You're bringing this in for yourself. And the people up there have decided this is going to be a good thing. They're making it so. Very, very nice. Okay, so let's tidy up these cards and we'll move on to Aquarius. I didn't get you advice because I honestly don't think you need any. I think things are pretty good at the moment. I'm just saying, have some time to switch off, you know. Feel like, you know, when there's drama, I get a lot of advice from people because I just feel like they need it. But I don't think you've got any drama at the moment because you've got a future person showing up in your reading, not someone that you're like annoyed with. Do you know what I mean? Okay, Aquarius. Let's give the cards a shuffle. Let's see if we can have 4 upbeat readings. You never know. Spirit guides, the universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius' highest good. How is Aquarius feeling in the second week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards, please. The Magician. Okay, the Magician upright, that's a really positive card. So the Magician has all 4 aces, okay? He has all the tools to succeed. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. He's got the money. He's got the intelligence. He's got the patience. What have I missed? He's got the enthusiasm, you know, the courage. So that's a really, really nice energy. Whatever he wants to achieve, he feels that he has the tools to do it, okay? And he probably has, because it's aces. So the universe is always helping when it's an ace. You know, if you get an Ace of Pentacles, you've done something, but the universe is meeting you halfway. So with an Ace of Pentacles, maybe you applied for a job, you know, went for an interview, so you had to do some hard work, and then maybe, you know, if you do the application, you get an interview. If you do the job, you know, you get picked. The universe is on your side. The universe will help you to get into a workplace that understands you the most. You know, it's just luck turns up at the time when you need it, and it's not because you just sat around. It's not that. You're getting met halfway, okay? Your hard work plus the universe's, you know, gift. What is it that's turned over there? Oh my lord. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. What on earth? So maybe this is how this person feels, okay? But they're not making good decisions, because the wheel turns in your favour when you learn your lessons, when you stop bad behaviours, when you change your ways and you do the right thing. You know, if you keep seeing someone that you know is a player and you know he or she is really, really bad news, and you keep getting involved with them or being tempted, you're going to be in this karmic cycle. Or if you stay with someone for the wrong reasons, you know, it's reasons of ego, like money, security, what it looks like to others, you know, you're going to get caught in a karmic cycle. If you can't see that someone's manipulative, or you see red flags and you don't, you know, heed the warnings, you're in a karmic cycle. So something about this person's actions are putting them in a karmic cycle. Well, I'm saying this person, but it's you. So I don't know what it is that you're doing. Let's see what comes out next. Now, a karmic cycle doesn't necessarily mean you've consciously done something that you know is wrong. You may not have strong boundaries. So, you know, in that case, you continue to be bullied by someone, or you continue to be pushed around by an overbearing partner, or someone who's violent at home, or, you know, and that's not a criticism. But when you're weak, when you are feeling mentally weak, or you don't have a good concept of self because of childhood trauma, you know, people who are not good for you kind of sense that. And it's not anything you've done wrong, but it's a karmic lesson to teach you to stand up for yourself. And you need to get away from whoever that is that's not being good to you, if that's the situation. Easier said than done, because people can be incredibly, incredibly manipulative. You know, it's like a disease. People like that, they are like toxic, and they're a cancer, the horrible, sinister minds. But I don't know what the situation is. I'm not a fly on the wall. But when the Wheel of Fortune's reversed, you experience a turn of bad luck. And it kind of continues and gets more dramatic until you stop it, basically. You've got to stop the wheel by, you know, look at this. The Judgment reversed. When the Judgment card is upright, you're hearing the call to action. Time is of the essence, okay? The angel is, I don't know what this is, a bugle or something. So it is. They're trying to raise the dead, okay? It's like, wake up, you need to do something about this, time is of the essence. But something, you're ignoring something, you know, like the universe is trying to communicate something, like, stop this, do something, change it up, you know, get away from a particular person or be honest about a situation. I'm not sure what flipped then, to be honest. Was it the top two? Let's just do it again. So this, let's see who's going to show up in your reading. Because I've not got court cards there. The sort of major arcana, so you got 3 major arcana there. There's something pretty bloody big going on, Aquarius. I mean, Aquarius is a fixed sign, isn't it? So you don't like change. And everyone can be like that. Everyone can be stubborn as well, or think, no, I know what I'm doing, or I should do it a bit longer. Let's see. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles upright for this person that's showing up for you. 4 of Pentacles, this person is clinging onto these pentacles. He is holding those so tight. He's like putting them everywhere. They're going in pockets. They're going down socks. They're going under the crown. It's like talk pentacles wherever you can get them. So it's a sense of conserving wealth or conserving resources. We're not spending. We haven't got outgoings. We're clinging onto it, okay? Time, money, and energy. So this person could be really shut down. They could not want to be generous with others or be patient with others. It's like being frugal, but it's not just in a financial sense. It's like self-preservation, self-protection, you know? Could be a lack of trust, possessiveness. The Emperor reversed. This person being very domineering. I know that because if the Emperor card was upright, it'd be someone who's just taking control, you know, because that's what's necessary, that's what's responsible. When it's reversed, it's either an Emperor that's become weakened or one that's being overbearing, you know. So the fact that it follows the 4 of Pentacles, where the person is very controlling, very possessive, very jealous, you know that it's the kind where it's like, I'm going to reign terror over you. Like, this is a manipulative, domineering person. There's a lack of trust. And the Emperor is all 4 kings. They're the highest status in the whole tarot deck. So, you know, they're quite a force to be reckoned with. If they wanted to financially blackmail you or manipulate you, they could. They're intelligent, they're strategic, they're using all the powers that they have. If they were upright, they would use those powers to help people. When it's reversed, they're using them against people. So, yeah, if you have lots of intelligence, you can use that against people. If you have lots of wealth, you can use that against people. If you have endless patience, you know. If you're good with words, if you've got a silver tongue, you can use that against people. It's looking like drama, guys, because we've got the Ace of Cups reversed here. The Seven of Cups being at a crossroads. Nine of Cups not wanting to be single. Six of Cups, it's to do with the soulmate union. There's been a marriage. It's an ex, okay? It's an ex. They're pissed off because they've lost the love of their life. That cup is abundant. The feelings are, you know, huge for you, and the cup's being poured empty. They're at a crossroads. They're like, shit, what am I going to do? Which direction am I going? I'm so lost. And then we've got the Nine of Cups reversed. If that's upright, they're happy. They're happy within themselves. This person is not content within themselves at all. They don't want to be single. They want their soul. They want their soul union. They want the person they've been building up the years with. The person that they feel nostalgic about. The person that they hold in high regard, like they hold a family member. You know, very, very like feelings of nostalgia. When they look back, it's with fondness, you know. They're very lost. The World card reversed. It's not the end of this cycle. We're trapped in it. With the World card, the Fool realizes that better days are coming. You know, it's been hard times, but in the future, we know from logic things are going to get better. That's reversed. So it's like, you know, unsurprising when you've got the Magician, but then you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Shit just keeps going wrong. There's drama. We're not getting what we want, and the universe is like, I'm trying to tell you what to do, you know, in your body, or show you signs and synchronicities, or help you to ascend, break free from this. Like, I don't know. If the World card was upright, it'd be the end of a cycle, like completion. Whoops. Look, the Eight of Cups, that's walking away from a relationship. The Seven of Swords reversed, the Four of Swords. The Seven of Swords upright is someone lying, cheating, stealing. It's manipulation. Someone going behind the other person's back, doing the most, you know. I don't know. Someone could be going through your wheelie bin. Someone could be all over your social media. They could be asking friends about you. You know, when someone's just doing anything they're not supposed to. They could be, you know, taking money that's not theirs. They could be, I don't know, stalking you. I don't get the vibe of seeing someone behind your back, because I don't get a togetherness from this. I get someone that misses how things were, and I get someone that is just like, when will the shit end? That's what I'm getting. When that Seven of Swords card is reversed, it's been exposed. And that's in the outcome. And it's with taking a much needed rest and walking away from a relationship for good. I don't stalk people. I've got boundaries. You can't judge other people by your own standards though, can you? Any of us could have been stalked and we wouldn't know it, would we? We don't want to be stalked because that's freaks. Three of Pentacles. Okay, that's cooperation, working together. 3 is a number of community. We've got 3 Pentacles. It can be workplaces, literally working together at the workplace, or it can be, you know, instead of like bickering or things being acrimonious, we're just going to choose to, like, it is what it is. Let's make it as painless as possible now. That kind of... I'm just moving the camera so you can see the cards. Sometimes after you've separated, people expect to still be in touch with you on the daily. And if you've got, you know, joint utilities, if you've got joint assets, or you have children, there's necessary communication. It just has to happen. But some people find it very, very difficult to step down the level of communication from how it was when you were living under the same roof to it's got to be different. They're not allowed to just get in touch whenever. They're not allowed to have a say over certain things anymore because they're not in a relationship with you anymore. And I think some people find that really, really difficult. It takes time to adjust. It feels like there's a period of adjustment here, but in the outcome, there's walking away. And then there's cooperation. So if that's your story, it's going positive in the end, okay? What's this person's issues? Why have we got the Emperor reversed? Oh my god, fierce temper. Has too many anger issues and dark moods, abusive. Magic within. Create space for personal growth and self-discovery. So they're going to go through an ascension once they've walked away and let go of this. Mapping the way, explore love and unearth unexpected treasures. Okay, so they're moving on. They're going to have to, okay? They've decided that that needs to happen. And you might think, oh my god, finally. Because when they get involved with someone new, it kind of like gets them off your back, which sounds terrible, but I think the full focus is on you until they get someone new. And it's not because they think you're going to get together, but they just don't have anything to sort of like use up their time. Do you know what I mean? So they're looking back at the past instead and they're relying upon that. divorce, breaking contract. Fuck me, that is like, that goes so well. I shouldn't swear, should I? I shouldn't have done that. Never mind. I'm not monetized anyway. TikTok won't be happy with me, but... Oh, not everyone is meant to stay forever. Some people come to teach you something. Okay, so once the lesson has been learned, the contract has, it's done its work, it's expired then, because every interaction you have with every person on this planet in your 3D life, in your lifetime as a human, it means something, whether it's to teach you to put up boundaries, whether it's to trigger healing, whether it's to just show you what it's like to be loved unconditionally, or loved for your body or for your mind or some reason. But it's not always meant to be forever, and I think people forget that. You don't have to regret it because it's come to an end. It's a lot of connections, they've had a profound effect, and you're not going to be the same person after them, and that's the point, and you change again once it's done because you reflect on it and you contemplate it and you process it, you do your shadow work. Part of the learning is afterwards. It's after the relationship and how you come back from it, how you learn to be by yourself, how you process any comment that that person made about what you earn or what you look like, or your sense of ambition, or like whatever they say to you. Sometimes you do all your growth after it ends, I mean, a lot of people are simply grateful to have, to have the children that they've got, and to have had good times as a family unit, and then they don't want to be as a family anymore, and they never be in one again, They choose to stay independent and, co-parent from different abodes. It's just whatever works, but some people are very codependent and they settle down, and then they find the sort of freedom, and they have an eat, pray, love life after, marriage. They become much more free, much more independent, confident. So you can't see relationships as the sort of end game. They're really not. They're more like a catalyst for growth and expansion. They're more of a catalyst. I think it's past energy in this, so I don't need to get timing. Keep the door open. Don't be so focused on a closed door that you don't see the ones which open for you. I think that's like advice for them, to be honest. I think you're over it. Express your love. It's important to let people know that you love them. You have nothing to lose. little by little. Things will get better. Okay, better days are coming. Even if it doesn't happen immediately, there's change happening all the time. Change is inevitable, and little changes are constant. You know, you might not be conscious of them, but everything's changing all the time. It literally is. Nothing is staying exactly the same, because we'd all be frozen in motion, wouldn't we? Okay, it feels like nothing's changing, but that doesn't mean that's the reality. It's like when you see time lapses of, you know, a woodland, and you see how all the nature's moving and growing. That's been happening all that time, but we weren't able to see it. Oh my God, I'm so profound. Profound as fuck. Right. Return to the body. When I'm caught up in a stressful moment, I can move my awareness to my body. Is my jaw clenched? My body tense? How is my posture? This helps me to see where I can relax and let go of tension. Now I can return to any situation more calm and present. Projecting. Rather than reacting and projecting my emotions onto others, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says or does something that brings up strong emotions within me, I have the choice in how I respond. Balance. I surround myself with people I love and enjoy my time with them, but I also take time to nurture my relationship with myself. I have found a healthy balance between being with friends and having self-care time. Yeah, so it's not like a loser to have time to yourself. It's actually very empowering to get comfortable with that. And obviously, if you're ever feeling desperate or lonely or very upset, you wouldn't be by yourself. You would immediately go and find someone to be with that you love and trust. But when things are all right, you know, I love my alone time. I really, really like it. I like it knowing I'm going to see people soon, or there's people somewhere in the house. I'm not good at all when I'm totally by myself for long periods. I go mental. There's a downward spiral that is just, you know, so fast. But I would say I'm to the point of selfish with my time. I'm always thinking about other people, always. It's constant. But I think people can be a bit offended sometimes because they want more time with me. But it's just, I actually need it to recharge. I just need it. Soul light. Your soul's light guides your inner world and path through awakening. Okay, that to me looks very much like a butterfly pattern, does it not? Going through an ascension, and so's this person. Kind of beautiful, really. Okay, let's get you an angel number. 666. Reflect. Love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, and self-love. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. What the hell? I'm so good at this shit. You need a mental shift towards greater optimism, self-assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. Okay, so if you've been feeling the pressure, the responsibility of this divorce or breakup, or even if it happened a while ago, it's not over, is it? Because that person's energy is just all around. You know, they make it like that. And even if they're not trying to, it's just there. You know, it's a lot. It's a huge change, huge life shift. So, I mean, the message is really clear there. It's like, you've got to take care of yourself. It's okay to not want to spend time with others. You need to have time for yourself, especially if you're a parent. God, it's all about everyone else all the time, isn't it? At work, when you come home, it's about the kids. You've got to kind of allocate time for yourself, and it's dedicated time that's meant to be just for you, doing something to calm down or enjoy yourself. You got to allocate it. Like, you don't have to do that when you don't have kids. Is that Mars? Okay, so you need to look up the planet of Mars, because Spirit's pulled that out for you. It's to do with your root chakra. Courage. It's to do with courage and anger. Okay, I'm getting another one because I want a crystal for you as well. Sometimes the planets come out. Sodalite for the throat chakra. Okay. There it is. That's pretty. What is it? Friend to the chronic meditator Sodalite, known by some as poor man's lapis, is a salty, deep blue stone, speckled and striated with white calcite inclusions. Who needs it? Planners, producers, and Virgos. Where to put it? Whenever you do your best non-thinking. Wherever you do your best non-thinking. When to use it? When you have a big decision to make, when you're 99% finished with a project but can't get your head around the last 1%, don't. Seriously, give up. Meditate with Sodalite. Abandon solution-orientated thinking. Surrender to your intuition and watch your problem get solved from someplace much deeper. Deepen your intuition. So if you get to a point where you're all tangled up and you're like, I'm really annoyed with myself because I just need to finish this thing. I've done really, really well with it. You're probably pushing yourself too hard. And what you need to do is just do something for yourself and just fully switch off. And then first thing in the morning, you're like, I know what I'm going to do. You know, it's like you've just extended yourself way too far. That's when you need your Sodalite. And you just need to actually just let go of all the reins, you know, because sometimes when I was on my PGCE, I'd always like work extra. And I would just think, but I'll just like stay awake for a few more hours and I'll just do more. And I'd get so tired and run down. and then I'd perform less good, less efficiently. Or if I overdid the thinking on a lesson, they'd be like, no, the other one was well better. And I'd be like, well, I spent the least time on that one. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes you need to just free up the mind. What's the word? You can get really depleted, exhausted, overextend yourself, and then you just can't, there's no gas left in the cylinders, do you know what I mean? And stuff will come to you more easily when you actually take rest. Okay, so I hope that resonates with some people. I hope that it was comforting, that you take the advice from your ancestors. Yeah, there's a lot about trust, optimism, self-love. Put your faith in your gut. Your gut is your third eye chakra, so it's like, you know, everything's going to be all right. You know, everything's going to work out. The answer isn't always to do stuff. The answer is sometimes to stop and let a bit of life happen, or, you know, take a break from something. And it works. Like the answers come a lot more easily when you take rest, when you do something you enjoy, when you laugh, when you know, it's like when you're trying to write an essay and you've read it and read it and read it, and then you're like, I can't remember where I'm up to with this now, I can't think anymore. And you go away, do something totally different, you feel like you're being really selfish with your time, and then you just come up with a really good answer, much better, like, and you bang out the last paragraphs and you're like, oh my god. Right, we're gonna go on to Pisces. I'm gonna have to open a window and burning up in here. I've got head to toe fleece on and it's just a bad move. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in the second week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for Pisces. How is Pisces feeling? Straight out with the Ace of Swords. Okay, major clarity, major truth, a major confession, revelation. What are you going to tell someone, or what have you realised in your thoughts? The Queen of Wands reversed. Okay, so the Queen of Wands upright is Sagittarian energy. Wands of fire, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands is very confident. Solar plexus is activated. She's assertive. She's a go-getter. Fire is unrelenting. It will burn until there's no fuel left. Okay, so this is someone very self-motivated, confident, goal-orientated, nice looking as well, seductive. When it's reversed, it could be someone who's lost their energy, okay, depleted energy levels, depleted confidence, depleted libido, or it could be someone who's overconfident, over energized, overly passionate, you know, or angry, overbearing, you know, furious, having rages. So I don't know if the passion is under or over. That would be normal. This would be like abnormal, you know, like it's not usual for Pisces to have this swords energy and this fire energy, okay? Doesn't have to be bad, but I don't know what it is at the moment. The King of Cups, okay, so that's a nice energy, very calm, level-headed. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're back to your watery self. Patient, understanding, forgiving, generous of heart. Let's see what comes out. So you've shown up as a queen and a king. So you must have a lot of responsibility. You could have children. You could be a homeowner. You could have lots to do in work. Lots of responsibility. Ooh. We have got a matching suit, okay? So we've got a Queen of Cups. Also upright. Really, really nice energy, Pisces, okay? So you're showing up as the King of Cups, they're showing up as the Queen of Cups, and you're both upright. You're both happy, calm, caring, patient, understanding, generous of heart. Very, very loving energy. Really, really nice. Complementary energy, because you're a matching suit, but you're also masculine and feminine. So you're not clashing and you're not falling apart. It's really, really nicely balanced. Like those two fish. Okay, really, really nicely balanced. It's like yin and yang. 8 of Cups reversed. They don't want to give up on the relationship. They don't want to walk away. If the 8 of Cups was upright, they'd be leaving this relationship. They're not. What is going on? This is so weird. Look, we've got another matching suit. This is freaky. I've never had this happen before. So we've got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. You're showing up as the Queen of Wands. They're showing up as the King of Wands. Both reversed. That's freaky. What is going on? It's like you're taking turns. You've taken turns, like, it's like in the timeline, more recently, you've gone from being angry and weakened to being calm and patient. And they've gone from being calm and patient to being angry and weakened. You're definitely married or in a seriously long-term relationship, but they look a bit pissed off at the moment. New moon, okay, so a new chapter. First quarter moon, we've moved into that new chapter. Seven of Wands reversed, okay, so we're feeling maybe at a loss, at a disadvantage. You know, we know that we're not pleasing this person. The Devil reversed. Okay, so they could have Capricorn in their chart, or you could, but basically we're detaching from whatever was unhealthy, whatever was a bad habit, whatever was codependent. We're freeing ourselves from that behavior or that way of thought, that characteristic that was not good. We're freeing ourselves from that. And lastly, we've got the Tower reversed with the lunar eclipse. That's major transformation. Look how dramatic these cards are with the emotion. A lunar eclipse is major transformation. So with the moon, you can be afraid of the dark. You know, the fool realizes that he must walk forwards anyway, even when things are not illuminated, things are not obvious, we don't know what's ahead. We must walk forwards anyway, we must make progress, we must do it. When the moon is eclipsed, it can be frightening, it can be intimidating, it can be overwhelming, and that's what that card looks like. It's not for long though. And then the Tower is when everything crumbles down and things are never going to be the same again. The landscape of your life will be totally different. So it's like getting made redundant or having a divorce, you know, someone announcing, I want out of this relationship. Everything gets pulled down, but it gets rebuilt and it gets made, you know, 10 times better. It doesn't feel like that when it's happening, and it certainly doesn't feel like that for a long time, but that's the point of a Tower. The Tower is being kind of pushed back at the moment. This person leaning on things to try and keep them together, or you are. I think someone is resisting the change, to be honest. But change is inevitable. You can't stop a tower from falling. It's Aries energy. Ooh, so there's some sort of like major transformation going on with this relationship, and it looks like I tell you what as well, you've both gone from being in feminine energy to being in masculine energy. So it could be that it's either that you're going to be the calm, cool, calm, collected one, patient one, understanding one, and they're going to be like flipping out, going angry or feeling weak. I mean, sometimes you get angry because you feel disempowered, but you can be angry and overbearing, you know, and trying to control everything. Or you're going to get pushed around by this person. Where it used to be you being the pushy, domineering one. It's like a role reversal, you know, like if these fish just switched positions, that's kind of what's happening here. It doesn't mean that things are over. It doesn't mean that, because they want to work on this. They want to work together. But it's not comfortable what's happening here. It's like a total shift, like opposite positions. The tables are turning, the tide's turning. It's a huge deal. So why is it happening? Why have they got the King of Wands reversed? And the Eight of Cups reversed? Let's do a dig. Let's excavate. Tangled. Unable to free yourself from a sticky situation, taking a step back helps you to see clearly. What is that? Shining sign? What's that? Trust trust in the universe's plan and follow your heart. Court. Uncovering evidence, getting exposed, cheating revealed. Oof. I thought that was the Tangled one, but I didn't want to assume, and then we've got Court. Recording, announcing, expressing, revealing truth. Oof, what is going on here? Let's get an unspoken truth. If you ask, I'll stay. Oh. There's something behind your eyes. What are you hiding? There's trust issues here. Running from your problems won't solve them. Ooh, my God, this is dramatic, guys. You've got runner twice coming out for the one that's showing up in your reading. Oh my God, they're a runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. Running from your problems won't solve them, the runner. That's coming out for them. There's a codependency between the two of you, and it's so interesting that you've literally got the Queen and the King of Cups, and you've got the Queen and the King of Wands, but they're coming out in opposite positions at each end of the timeline. That is runner chaser, because it's like twin flames, you know, like runner chaser dynamic. You take turns chasing each other and running. That's freaky. I've never had that come out like that before. It could be, you know, self-sabotaging the relationship. So you've learned to stop chasing, I think, and they've started chasing you, maybe. Pay attention to red flags, divine timing, redirect your thoughts, free yourself. They're the one. Love your shadow. You are enough. Why so many come out? Engagement. Leave your fear behind. Leave your fear behind. Be patient while things are unfolding. This connection is worth the wait. Redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not on what you fear will happen. Someone runs away out of fear. You know, they self-sabotage. There's trust issues. They run. They may cheat or contemplate cheating or contemplate avoiding, you know, responsibilities, bury their head in the sand, avoid talking about it. Know the warning signs of what an unhealthy connection looks like. Free yourself. You don't need to be in control of everything for a love relationship to be successful. They are the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. Love your shadow. Accept and work with the flaws in yourself so you can learn to accept others as they are. I think you're healing each other, you know. You've learned to stop chasing. And they've learned to stop running. You are enough. The person you're meant to be with will love you the way you are. You don't need to change. Engagement. Your love life is soon ascending to a higher level of commitment. Leave your fears behind. They're stopping this relationship from blossoming. Wow. That is like, oh, that's so clear. It's twin flames. It's okay to feel feelings. You don't need to run away from them. When things get tough, you don't run away. Ooh, never a truer word has been spoken. People don't want to hear that they fucked up or that they keep messing up. They don't want to hear it. So, yeah, that's why they run. They're afraid to listen to the truth because it hurts. It's too heavy. Gratitude. I love acknowledging all the little things I'm grateful for. No matter what I have going on, I always have things to be thankful for. Whenever I'm feeling upset, I can fill up a page with the things that I appreciate. This begins to shift my mood and focus onto that which brings me joy. Water my dreams. All I desire is on its way to me, but like a seed, my dreams too must be watered. My belief and determination is what makes them grow. I'll be patient throughout this journey. It is all unfolding at the perfect time. Conscious focus. What I focus on, I attract more of. Starting with today, I'll be more conscious of what I choose to spend time speaking or thinking of. I will do more of the things that bring me joy and see as more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. Sacred contract. Follow your sacred contract to fulfill your soul's mission and purpose. There's the divine timing here, and this connection could be on and off. It could be tumultuous, it could be runner chaser. You know, there could be times where you're great together and you're fiery and you're passionate, and then there could be times where you just don't want anything to do with each other. You really hurt, you can't understand each other. That is the twin flame journey, I'm afraid. It's more time apart than you are together. Dream interpretation. Decode dream symbols to uncover messages from your subconscious. When you have dreams, it's kind of like processing and solving things, okay, in a very abstract way. So you may want to document your dreams, or, you know, ask an expert about them, or Google what they mean. Let's get you an angel number. In the twin flames, it's not karmic or anything like that. It's a very profound connection, and you will trigger healing in one another. But it won't be a nice, comfortable ride. It'll be like bumpy as hell. Bumpy as all hell. But you'll be like magnets. You can't stay away from each other when you're apart. You're just thinking about each other. You know, the universe has to put two people together that are like magnets, so they do keep coming back together, and they do keep healing each other. 111, intuition. Moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, and unconditional love. Time to implement long-cherished ideas. You're on the right track towards making your dreams and visions a reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. You're getting a lot of ones here. 1011, take action. Hope, new beginning, fresh start. Lifestyle, purpose, spiritual awakening. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. 3333. Social skills, hope, optimism, liberation, success, prosperity, excitement, and enthusiasm. The problems you have today will eventually disappear. Your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life, since your luck may be about to change. It is time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Right, let's get you some crystals. Did nothing come out then? Oh yeah, well, there it is, look. What does that say? I can't read this font. Is it Larimar? It's the third eye. I'm sure it says Larimar. Let's have a look. There it is. I was thinking, oh my god, I'm going to have to Google that and find out what it is. Wow, that is stunning. That's absolutely stunning. I love that. What does it do? Sea foam toned Larimar. Okay, Mar is sea, isn't it? It's a volcanic blue mineral only found in the Dominican Republic. Its energy is like a spiritual snow cone for the seething and sweltering. Who needs it? The hot-tempered or any Aries. Where to put it? When super agitated, stop, drop. Hold Larimar in your left hand and commence cooling breathing. Stick out your rolled tongue and slowly inhale and exhale like you're sucking through a straw. When to use it? When you feel like all of the world's problems are suddenly just your problem. When anger stands between you and the formation of articulate sentences. Remember, chill is a choice. Ride the cool breeze with Larimar. Slow your roll. That's so pretty. Right, we are done. I hope that resonates for you, Pisces. Take care. Don't forget to give me a like and give me a share, subscribe, follow, repost, and I will see you in the next one.